Hey, great day to y'all. I hope that you guys all woke up this morning super grateful to be alive again another day in this experience. And I really hope that you set yourself a high vibe and you were just easily capable of being calm and getting through your day with ease. Okay? Why do I say that? Because look, there's a lot of things happening. A lot of things are happening. And a lot of people are affected by what's happening around us. Okay? Now, no matter how many things you may be distracted by in your life, stay focused on being okay. No matter what. Okay? Because it's really, really important. You know, I want to touch a topic today that you guys may not be too aware of, which is emotional intelligence. Now, what is that exactly? Emotional intelligence is when you can actually, you're aware of emotions, you're aware of your own reactions and why you react to things that you do. Emotional intelligence is understanding somebody else's emotional reactions as well. And having emotional intelligence actually assists you in your own personal, interpersonal relationship with yourself and with every other relationship that you may have in your life. Okay? And it's really, really important. So where people look, without emotional intelligence, what happens to us is when we feel a certain way that we don't understand, we immediately respond in anger. And that's not the right way to respond to anything. Because there should be no emotions involved when you're responding to anything happening in your life. Okay? Because you should be coming from your heart space. There's no emotions when it comes to your heart space. There really isn't. The emotions come in after your instinctual brain has processed what you're feeling. Okay? So emotions only kick in after your instincts have realized that there's nothing that has to save your life. Okay? If you can really understand what's happening to you or why you feel the certain way you do, it changes everything for you. You're able to communicate better. You have less stress in your life. You're able to put a better foot forward doing no matter what it is that you're doing. But if you don't have the control of your emotions, well, then you're really not in control of the results that you're getting either in your life. And we all think, things just happen. Or, no, but there is a real root cause of things happening in our life. They don't just happen to us. They really, really don't. And more so than not, with a lack of emotional intelligence, there's a lot of blame and shame and judgment and non-acceptance when you are emotionally intelligent and you understand why emotions work the way they do and that you are very capable of controlling them and actually applying learning to do just that, your complete life changes. It really does. And I think that is a real problem nowadays. There's a lack of emotional intelligence. What do I mean by that? Well, people aren't aware of their own emotions. They assume everything, they just don't feel good or they don't feel right. They really can't identify, and they're not self-aware to the point where they can identify exactly what they're feeling and communicate it properly. You see, if you're feeling all lost and out of control inside, well, that is exactly what you are producing outside of you for your results also. So it's really, really important to not get distracted by a million and one things that are pulling you in different directions. You have to understand that your primary priority is your well-being. And if you're doing things in your life, like, let me give you an explanation of that. If you're going to a job that you don't like, if you're in a relationship that is not serving its purpose, if you are with friends that aren't bettering your life, all of this has an effect on you. All of it. And we don't realize the things that we are settling for in our life, or we don't realize the way that we're responding or acting with certain things until we take a look at it. Why? Well, because our systems are so used to running automatically, with our focus being external, that it changes everything when you stop and you put the focus on yourself. Okay? Why is it so important? Because if you're really not feeling well in your life or about yourself, it's really important to change that. Why? Because the effects of that inevitably are destroying your life. Literally. And we get to a point in our life where sometimes, at our age, which I'm at my midlife, I'll be 50 next year. So sometimes when you get to your life, you can feel like, okay, you're just not where you want to be. You feel like your life in totality has just been whatever, because we all have unique experiences and it all affects us differently. Okay? What I'm trying to say with this is, it doesn't matter how old you are. It doesn't matter how you've been operating all your life. It doesn't matter where you are in your life. It doesn't matter about the choices that you've made up until yesterday, I mean. Okay? It doesn't matter about anything that no longer exists. What matters is your today. And if you're actively taking the necessary steps to make sure that you are not only okay, but you are functioning from a state of feeling great. Why is this so important? Because you cannot extend your life if you are not enjoying it. It's as simple as that. So, if you are not feeling right about yourself, if your self-talk is destructive, if you cannot manage your emotions properly, if you cannot manage the people, places, and things in your life according to how they're making you feel, and you are settling for that, you shouldn't. And these are all distractions that are taking you away from putting the focus on your own being. Okay, what do I mean by that? Well, in life sometimes, instead of sitting there looking back and being in a pity party over the choices that you alone have made for yourself, you need to pick yourself up, brush yourself off, and say, oh, that was an experience. And that's all it should be. Nothing that you've lived in your life should affect you more than it being a mere experience. When you have the control of your emotions and your own mind, well, that's what it becomes. A mere experience. Okay? And you don't let your life in the past or people, places, and things affect how you are today and your state of being today. A lot of things happen to a lot of us. And in this day and age, there's a lot of things happening. Like, if you're where I am, we have nurses on strike. We've got teachers on strike. We were talking about that in my class tonight. See, I went to my radio class tonight. And we were talking about a lot of hardships that people are facing right now. And it affects everybody. Why? Because if the kids are at home, the parents are having a hard time with their work schedules. So people are missing work because their kids are at home. Look, with the nursing strike or not, people are still in the medical system here, are not being cared for properly. There's just the standards of living and the distractions that we have around us. There are many. Okay, guys? So I really want you guys to understand fully that there is nothing more important than being able to control your emotions, being able to correct your mind and your thought processes and your patterns, and getting the most out of your experience, no matter what it costs you. Now, what do I mean by that? Well, I stand up for my well-being to the point that it doesn't matter what person, place, or thing does not make me feel right. They do not get my time and attention. Literally. And it doesn't matter the things that I have to be distracted by on a daily basis. It doesn't matter the things that come at me on a daily basis. It doesn't matter about my choices or what I plan to do with myself. None of that matters if I am not okay. So it all stems from you being okay first, no matter what. So if you're not okay and you're trying to do anything, it's not going to pan out the way it should. Because primarily you're not okay. Why are people not okay? Because they can't control their emotions. They're not aware of them. So what happens? People get angry when they don't understand. So, more common so than not, the response you're going to have to something is you're going to be angered by it until you can understand why it's making you feel like that. So it's really, really, really important that no matter how you're distracted in life, no matter how many things you got going, that you put the priority of your well-being number one on that list. Okay? We all have to-do lists, a mile long, especially with Christmas coming. But on that top of that list of your to-do, or that you must do, or that you want to do, I really hope that you're at the top of that list. Okay? Now, what happens when we're not okay? We throw a mask onto the world. Well, not me personally, because when I'm not okay, the whole world knows it. I don't change, not for anything. I am free with expression of anything that I feel. I don't hold back, because I don't want to contain that within me. That's why I express it, because I understand the destructive stuff that it does to us. Okay? Guys, I hope and pray that you're taking the time to be okay, and there are many things that you can do to make sure of it. No matter what your situation is, no matter what your circumstance is, no matter what it is that you're living today, and no matter what it is that you're feeling about yourself today, it can be changed so that you can get the most out of your experience. And the majority of the people that I've come across with over the past couple of days, and even in talking to conversation, they're not okay. I don't like to know that people aren't okay, especially when I know that I can help them. But I can't help anybody that doesn't want the help for themselves. You see? And I'm living proof. I'm living proof that you can be in control of your emotions, be in control of your mind, and making sure that you're putting the right foot forward every day for you. Yeah, we've got responsibilities. Yeah, we've got commitments. Yeah, we've got things in life. But are you showing up for these things in your life okay? Or not okay? Because you can't make anything outside of you okay unless you're okay inside. That's my point of it all. So it doesn't matter how much you get distracted in your life, or no matter what you have to deal with. Come to the plate as your best self. For you, nobody else. And you know, I'm going to remind you guys all today, again, you know, I send love out every day, and I tell people that I love them all the time. Okay? And I send love all the time. I want you guys to understand something. That has nothing to do with emotions. So, don't think for 1 minute when I tell you that I am sending you love that it is emotional. It is my life force. So when I tell you that I love you, I am extending my energy and my life force to you to assist you with whatever it is that you're doing, to boost your own vibration. Okay? You know, why don't we start normalizing telling people that we love them instead of waiting until it's too late? I have a real problem with that. Well, I understand why people don't do that. It's because they don't love themselves. So it's very hard for them to love another. You see, I'm clear about this. I understand this. But me, you all need to understand this. I love myself 100%. I have overcome so much in my life, which has made me as strong as I am. But when I tell you that I love you and I extend love to you, I am extending my life force to you in hopes that it benefits your life. I want everybody to be okay. And you know what? Yes, these times are hard. It's not easy for anybody. Okay? People who have never had to use a food bank, I've seen them do it. People who have never been in a struggle, well, I see them struggling. And they're not okay. Because they're not used to not having. Okay? So what does that bring on for these people? Not only lack in their life, but the stress of all of that. So what are they stressing about? Well, they're stressing about being judged about it all. They're trying to make the world believe they're okay when they're not. That's not helping you or your family. Okay? Everybody's feeling it. There's a clear cut in the sand right now. It's either you are really okay or you're really not. Well, me personally, I can be okay during no matter what. Why? Only because of what I've lived. Okay? But what is involved in that? Being aware of how I feel, what comes up with me if I'm in a situation or even a conversation. I am so self-aware that any exchange of energy with any individual, I know whether that feels good or not. Even in mere conversation. I want you guys to become so aware of yourselves that you cut out the things in your life that you do not need, that is making you feel worse than you should right now. Okay? What do I mean? Well, there's all kinds of things, like people, places, and things, that we settle in doing because we don't want to be with our own selves. So we distract ourselves from what we're feeling by running the roads, hitting the parties, hitting the bars, da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Just run. Keep yourself occupied. Try to communicate with as many as possible. Try to do whatever. Hey, that is distracting yourself from what corrections you need to make. Literally. My point of it is this. If you are not feeling okay, there are simple things that can assist you to be okay no matter what. All the time. But if you do not take that time and prioritize your well-being, no matter what's distracting you from it, the wear and tear and the snowball effect of you not feeling okay initially causes disease. It's easier to fix you not feeling okay than it is to fix once you've already pushed yourself to a point of having a disease. And even if you have an illness of disease within your body, even that, bringing your body into full harmony, fasting for 17 hours, your body repairs itself no matter what you are inflicted by. So, why don't we heal? Why are we not okay? Well, because we are working in complete opposition to what is giving you life. That's what causes the imbalance initially. If you're working with the flow that's giving you life, you are thriving, you are growing, you are loving your life. If you are working in opposition to the spiral upward growth of the universe, that means you are in a downward spiral into the ground. And that's your choice. Nobody else's. See, no matter what the things I've had to live, and no matter how many times the doctors say, Tobi, you're going to die. Well, guess what? Those are things that'll never happen to me again because I've decided for myself not to stay there. I had to stand up for myself. I had to stand up for not feeling right. And no matter what I've lived, we've all had bad relationships. We've all had bad outcomes of things. We've all had bad friends. We've all had bad situations with our family, our friends, our co-workers, our boss, everything. But what I'm hoping is that no matter what is going on outside of you, that you can maintain balance and harmony within your own being for your own wellness. You see, the difference was I didn't accept any diagnosis for myself and settle for somebody else's opinion about what my body could do. So, let me give you a little brief bit of diagnoses that I've been given in my life. Fibromyalgia, neuropathy, okay? No immune system. So I've had flesh eating multiple times all over my body to the point where they wanted to amputate. And I refused it. Okay? They have told me my kidneys were shot and I'd need dialysis. Okay? They told me, look, I've got a list of diagnoses, a page long. I won't accept not one of them for myself. Why? Because I know better. And I also know that my body can fix itself no matter what. You know, this winter is the first winter in years, no matter how bad the sinus stuff is from the flesh eating in that last year, but I can walk freely. There's no inflammation problems that are crippling me up. Last year, oh, there was. Why? Because I was in a bad situation and I didn't stand up for myself. It almost killed me. These imbalances in our body affect us when we are not in balance. That's my point of it all. Okay? Because there is not one of my diagnoses that a doctor's given me in the past that could hinder me today. So add on to those diagnoses. Okay. Cervical cancer. Well, I don't have it now. Never had chemo. Never had any kind of intervention for cervical cancer. Why? Because I told them, well, you guys are claiming that I'm going to die anyway, so you're going to leave it alone. That's what I told them. I said, there's no need for me to do chemo and no need for me to be hooked up to anything for cancer if you're telling me I'm going to die anyway. And that's what I did. Well, today I sit here cancer-free. How'd that happen? My body knows how to fix itself. That's how that happened. You must give it the conditions to do so. Okay? I had problems with my blood sugars. Hypo. Okay? Too low. If my blood sugars drop too low, I got serious problems. Well, even that doesn't affect me anymore. See what I mean? Healing is so possible. And being okay no matter what others are telling you is very possible too. I've done it. I'm living proof of what is possible. And that's what makes me different. Well, I can reassure you of this. It doesn't matter what you are living. And it doesn't matter what is inflicting your life. You are not going to get on a horse and allow the horse to run freely when you're on its back without holding the reins. Right? What are you going to do? You're going to hold the reins and you're going to control the horse? Well, now you need to look at your being as being that horse. Take the reins. And you decide and determine the things that you will accept for yourself in your life. And you take the control over determining what you're going to allow into your life and what is making you feel the way it does. Okay? And that's what everybody has to do. Guys, we're coming to the close of 2023. 2024 is supposed to be a super blessed year with all of these changes that are happening. Hey, it's Year of the Dragon. It's a money year. Well, it's wealth and abundance year. But wealth and abundance is just not money. Wealth and abundance is when you're wealthy and you're abundant, well, you're rich in your health. You're rich in your love for yourself and for everybody else. You're rich in your relationships, your relationship with yourself and your relationship with others. Okay? Wealth and abundance is not just having a big bank account. And if having the big bank account has cost you everything that matters in your life, well, then it's really not worth it, eh? Because all that money that you got in the bank clearly can't buy your wellness, huh? So take a look at where that money's gotten you. Are you sitting today as a whole healed person that can manage everything and anything coming your way? Or you're settling for the destruction of your being to accumulate your bank account? Take a look at that. Because I'll tell you something. There is nothing on this planet, nothing, that is worth more than your own well-being. Because if you're not okay, nothing is in your life. And the more you wear a mask, well, the more it's going to smother your own being. So that induces you not being okay also. Because if you're hiding what you're really feeling to people please, that'll make you sick too. And if you're telling everybody you're okay, but you're really not, well, guess what? That'll make you sick too. If you're flushing your problems with the booze to drown your sorrows, hey, I did that too. That doesn't make you okay either. If you're keeping yourself distracted so that you don't have to feel what you're feeling, well, that doesn't help you either. It really doesn't. So, don't stand up in your life for me, because I've stood up for myself in my life. What I'm hoping is you guys give yourself a gift for Christmas this year. And what's that? Standing up for your well-being, no matter what it costs you. Because the cost of not being all right is far more of a cost. And if you're sacrificing your well-being at the cost of your family, and at the cost of your friends, and at the cost to accumulate a fat bank account, well, you may as well write out your obituary, because that's what you're doing to yourself. Literally. Guys, I hope and pray that you finish off this year properly, putting yourself first instead of everybody else. How do I know? I did it all my life. That's how I can determine it, because I'm no longer doing that. Nothing matters more in my life than me being okay. For the first time in my life, I've allowed people to say things, people to treat me certain ways, things coming at me that I should have never tolerated. And that's why I got sick the way I did. Was a continuous cycle of abuse that I was allowing. And then what happened? Well, then I needed to drown my sorrows and abuse myself to stop feeling the way I was feeling. No, none of that works. You got to stand up for yourself and say, you know what? Fuck all this shit. I want to be okay. And that's all you have to do for yourself. Because then the rest happens naturally. But if you're not even aware and you're hiding what you're feeling from your own being or from all of those around you, and you can't talk about it and you can't be open with it, well then yes, you need a correction in that. Because that shit kills. Don't lie to yourself about the way you're feeling. Don't make excuses for it. Correct it. Anyway, guys, I love you all. And this is why I come out here and I do it. Because people matter to me lately more than they matter to themselves. And I'm absolutely disgusted by it, to be honest. Like, how can somebody matter to me more than they matter to themselves? That makes no sense to me. But that is what 90% of the population is running on. It's not cool. It really isn't. Anyway, guys, just a little insight. In the new year, look out for my new business. It will be empowerment coaching to teach emotional intelligence. And that's what I'll be doing. You know, I've had a hard time over the past couple of weeks figuring out, well, I can coach anybody with just about anything. I've been through it all. Drug addiction, alcoholism. I've been raped. I've been molested. I've been beaten up. I've been in abusive relationships. I've done it all. I have beat death. I have come back from heart attacks. I've come back from total organ failure. I have lived it all. And I'm still sitting here preaching with the right outlook and the right intentions. So there's no excuse for anybody. But I also don't wear a mask to please anybody. Because there sure as fuck is nobody trying to please me on this planet. Okay? But I do want everybody to feel okay. And be powerful within their own being. And not feel like they're broken or powerless or they don't understand their own being. Or they don't understand why they feel the way that they do. That's not cool. May have taken me 20-something years to figure it out and master myself, but I've done it. And there will never be a situation, a circumstance, an interaction with somebody that will not, there will never be any of that that will have the permission to affect me in my life in any way. Why? Because my priority is loving myself and always intentionally loving others. There's no hatred in that. There's no blame in that. There's no shame in that. There's no judgment, non-acceptance, guilt. None of that. But I'm also emotionally intelligent to the point where I have mastered that. Okay? Excuse me. So, that'll be the new business for the new year. Teaching others how to be emotionally intelligent. Literally. And I've already started putting together the courses, putting together the packages, putting together everything. Because I'm seeing way too many people struggling. And in this coaching business, there's all kinds of different niches and helping other certain things with certain, you know. And I've been having a hard time over the past couple of weeks going, what do I want to do with this specifically? Because according to the coaching world, you can't be multifaceted. You have to be picking something, a problem to fix with people. Well, with my expertise, I can fix any problem. But I'm going to funnel all of that power and knowledge into teaching people what it is to be emotionally intelligent. Because that frees you of stress. That frees you of a lack of communication. That frees you from conflict and chaos within your own interpersonal relationship with yourself and the relationship with others, whether it be professional or personal, makes no difference. Yeah, so I've already put my head to the grind because that's it. It's time to make a change in this world. And I know exactly how to do that. If I can change myself, I can help change anybody. And that was the first thing. You got to master yourself before you can truly show anybody else how to do it. Well, see what makes me different than everybody else? Is there are not too many people on the face of this earth that have had to live in totality the accumulation of what my life has been. They have one thing happen to them, or two, or three. Okay? It's very rare that you see one person, like me, go through everything I have and come out on the other end okay. Well, I've done just that too. So if you guys want to be okay, no matter what you are living, well, maybe you should keep me as an option for your new year. Because you know something? I'll say this too. Everybody's run into shrinks and therapists and all of these things. Look at what you're spending there. You know what? What you'll get with me, one session is like 3 months of therapy. So I've been told. Okay? You want real results in your life? You don't want somebody who's going to sit there and comfort your chaos and, oh, it's okay. If you want some real change and you want some real hard-hitting facts about why you operate the way you do, it doesn't take too long with a conversation with me to have that all figured out. And the things that you need to do to set yourself right, no matter what you're living. If I can do it, there's nobody else on the planet that has an excuse not to. Well, as of January, I will be launching my new business to help everybody do that. Okay? And at that time, well, yeah, I'm hoping that you all put yourselves first. Enough to take the opportunity, because I will be a lot cheaper than any shrink. But I'll tell you something. You get more effect with me. Trust that. Okay? I got a lot of knowledge behind me. Not just life experience. A lot of book knowledge too. Well, that's what makes me so different. But if I can be okay after everything I've lived, you can be okay no matter what also. But what is it that you want out of your life? Do you want to be okay? You got to ask yourself that too. Have you gotten yourself so comfortable with not being okay? You got to ask yourself that too. Are you settling for feeling like shit? Are you settling for not being okay? Don't settle for anything in your life. You're worth more than that. You deserve to feel good. You deserve to be able to feel your full force of being okay, no matter what, and be able to maintain that no matter what you're living, because it all stems from inside. So if you can master what's going on inside of you, you master the world at your hand too. Okay? I love y'all. Have a great night. And set that high vibe. Get the most out of your experience. And if you're not feeling good, I can guarantee you that you are not getting the most out of your experience. Well, in the new year, I can help you with that. And if you can't wait till then, reach out. I got a PayPal link. There's Zoom. There's web, like all kinds of means. But if you're really not okay, I can help you be okay. Guys, I love you all. Have a great night. Have a happy holiday. Merry Christmas. All of that great stuff. No matter what you're living or celebrating, enjoy it. Heart-filling moments. Guys, I love you all. Have a great one. Peace.